Alright, I think we're alright. So let's start the championship. We are about an hour and a half into the stream. Perfect. You can't be nice to me anymore. You're not allowed. Scratch my butthole. Dude, if it goes public, I think they're doing the podcast right now. So if it goes public, I'll show it to you. It's very funny. So I can't do advanced or professional yet. So we just got to do novice, name entry. Oh yeah, I used to change the. That's where Spermy came from. It is absolutely just a reskinned Need for Speed 3. It's running on the same engine and everything.
Welcome to Coventry.
So yeah, see, total points available. So you earn a continue at 50 and you get a bonus at 100. So obviously you want to get as many continues as you can. Because the later tracks are actually a lot harder. I don't remember what the bonus is. I think it might be like a new car or something. I will say, he will say, hand acid! Actually, let me reset my my drop frame counter really quick. So I've only dropped 17 frames due to rendering lag, which is nice. That's like nothing. Is it another Beetle? They get cooler. Like they get like wings and spoilers and like hood scoops and shit. So instead of just like looking at the wheels, it's a lot easier to tell what Beetle does what. In the late game though, the late game cars are assholes. Because you basically need to use the fastest car in the game to win. But it handles like absolute penis. No, I don't know if that means it handles good or bad. But basically, the handling cars will not get you very far in the late game. You need to use the top speed cars, and the top speed cars drive really bad. Yeah, this game's very cheap if you have an N64. It's like fairly reasonable. I think it's like 20 bucks on eBay normally. And is like the goofiest goddamn game I've ever played. I would absolutely recommend you pick it up if you can. Or, you know, just yar har har it. My old playthrough of this was on an emulator and it played fine. And then you can get a USB N64 controller for like 10 bucks. That looks like, well, Justin, you're gonna have to watch, aren't you? You're committed to this now. That's my ass! Yeah, and because it forces you to play through all three difficulties, there's a more to the game than like play championship win. I mean, it is that, but like you unlock more tracks, more cars, more stuff to do. The multiplayer of this game is a riot. All right, so I've got my continue now at 53, but I'd like to get 100. I don't remember what the bonus is, but I also don't remember where all the goddamn boxes are this round. I know most of them, but not all of them. See ya! Oh, nope. No, sir. There's a little brake drift mechanic as well, which is fun. The handling is, I think like my main complaint of this game is the handling's a little stiff. That's about it. But once you learn it, you can, like I said, just tap the brake and you kind of, the car slides a little bit. It's not that bad. It's just not what you expect in an N64 game where like cruising and stuff, where you can just normally hold the button down and hope for the best. There's another secret. Shh. Am I winding? Yeah. I'm actually stoked, because like this is the game that I wanted to play through today, but I wasn't sure if you guys would want to watch it. Ridge Racer 64. I think I have it, but I've never played it. I miss game collecting. I think that's like, that was my hobby you know, because obviously playing video games was my hobby and then turned into a little bit more than my hobby. So collecting video games was my other hobby, going to like flea markets and retro stores and kind of just seeing what they have. Oh, no. I thought there was... Go behind them. Oh. Discover. So then that kind of turned into my hobby. And then now, the only way to basically collect games is buy them on eBay. Which is, yeah, but like, that's not the same. So, my new hobby is VR. I've been doing a lot of VR stuff. Just bought a third tracker for my Oculus last night. I got a extension cable. I'm very excited with all the stuff that's... Yeah. All the stuff I've been getting up to in VR has been really fun. Making some new friends. Shit! I forgot there's boxes on the inside. It's okay. You don't really need... I don't think you need the bonuses of this early on in the championship. Also, Coventry Crow was like the easiest track in the game by far. But yeah, if you have an N64 and you're looking for a game to pick up, like, the sense of speed in this game is really good. Like, we haven't been really over 100 yet. And it still feels quite fast in the game. And again, I don't really want to promote emulating, but a lot of you guys don't have $100 to buy an N64. Shit. Buy an N64 and then, like... I think we're limited by gearing to 99. I think that's all she's got, Cotton. Uh-oh. Oh, that's the line I want. So I remember Coventry Cove, which is the track I'm on right now. That's it. I don't remember any of the... I vaguely remember the other tracks, but I don't remember the layout. Pizza on the way? Nice. I got frozen pizza for dinner last night. I didn't feel like cooking. Oh, funny story. So I bought a USB card yesterday for my computer because the Oculus needs 3, ideally 4. Oh shit, that jump was a mistake. 3, ideally 4 USB ports, USB 3.0s, and my motherboard has like 4 in total. So, can they chemically treat the nail bed? Yeah, but that's like a lot of money because I'm going to a clinic to get it done quickly. Rather than dealing with the hospital when they're like overloaded with COVID shit, it's out of pocket. My health insurance doesn't cover it. So last time when they just did the sides, it was like $400. So if I got it done permanently, I don't know how much more money it was going to be. Yeah, the anesthetic was actually the most expensive part, which was like the worst part of the whole operation. I don't wish that on my worst enemy.
Welcome to Mount Mayhem.
Oh, the song's a bop. I did chemically resolved. Honestly, Pop and Fresh, I'm probably just gonna do it. Like I said, I can't really afford it, but I also can't really afford to go to a foot clinic and spend the $300 every 10 months. So, I watched a review last night, and apparently a lot of these tracks are based on movies. This one's based off of... I'm not a really big Bond guy, but it's based off of the not The World Is Not Enough. For Your Eyes Only. Yeah. It's just expensive. I think the price they gave me was like $800 last time I was in there, because the sauce, like the foot sauce costs a lot of money. And, like, I just can't... At the time, I had just started full-time on Twitch. Like, I had no fucking money. Like, none. Don't hold me to that. I haven't seen For Your Eyes Only. And that's what the reviewer said last night. And I was like, okay, cool. I'll trust the reviewer, man. There is one part of this level that is very not based off of Your Eyes Only. And we're coming up to it. if I can get to the left here. I cannot. Oh! We'll check it out on lap 2. Foot sauce. Well, you know what I mean. But yeah, I'm pretty fed up with it seems like every 6 to 8 months my having to go get a I can't put weight on my right foot at all right now. I mean, I can, it's just painful. Yeah, well, I'll see what because they did the procedure last year, and I haven't I clipped my nail a little bit when I got it didn't hurt as much, and I haven't touched it since, and it hasn't been growing, and all of a sudden now it starts to hurt. So I'm really hoping they kind of feel bad for me, and they're like, hey, let's waive some of these fees because you came to us last time, and this is kind of our fuck up. Which it's not their fuck up. Every human body's different. They're not responsible to predict how my toe's gonna grow back. They also warn you when you don't get the permanent fix, hey, this could get fucked up again. You never know. But I think instead of growing out, my toe grew sideways, or my nail grew sideways, and at the top of my toe is just a bunch of dead nail now, which is probably why I didn't see it growing. Hey, okay. Yeah, I don't remember this level at all. My ass was requested, specifically. Ah! I'm alive, baby. And there's a box up there, nice. Beetle Adventure Racing, you sure did. Yeah. I'll see how much it costs. Poppin' Fresh. If it's less than, if it's around $500, I'll probably do it. I don't really have $500, but I'll make it work. I forget that I'm femme now, and people listen to me. Oh! Time to do stream dono goal. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I'd feel bad about hey, please donate to me so my foot can function, but I'm almost at the point now where money is not gonna have to be a constant stress, which is nice, because the last year has been kind of touch and go, especially the last couple of months. So this is the part that I'm sure is not based on James Bond at all. I have doubts. I remember this right? Yeah! Look at me, my big brain. Sir, may I please have one more of your continues? I would like another continue, sir. Pizza. Nice. Dude, I want to make bagel pizzas. I bought bagel bites the other day and I was like, why don't I just make that myself? Is that Alonzo? I can't tell if that's Alonzo or Justin Trudeau. Same guy, right? Original MOH. MOH being man of hats. Anna, what are you doing? No! Stop it! Thank you, Anna. I appreciate it. It's either going to go towards foot fixies or food because I can't afford food after foot fixies, which will probably be the second one. Oh! Hello? Oh, I'm in like last. I'm farting around too much here. I need 2 more boxes for continue. So yeah, this is the new Let's Play. I just didn't know what to do today.
You got it.
Medal of Honor, gotcha. Thank you for the 100 bits. You don't have to donate bits for me to notice your message. I'm just an idiot. Grab turkey bacon. Turkey bacon is so good if you buy the right kind. And it's not much more expensive than regular bacon. In controversial opinion, I don't even like bacon that much. Turkey pepperoni slaps. Turkey anything, honestly, is like very underrated. I used to buy ground turkey for tacos all the time. Like ground beef and tacos is actually super overrated too. Ground turkey holds all of its like moisture.
Second place. Record.
I did it. I was farting around too much. I still get to go though, right? I don't go to jail.
You gotta continue.
I sure did. Alright, cool. I'm still good. He's back, Reaper. He's back in the flesh.
Still in the game.
So you have to come top 3 or you get
Ohio.
yeeted. This track is a little tricky.
Get ready. 3,
This is a Jurassic Park reference.
1, go.
But yeah, little butterball sliced turkey bacon is really good. It's definitely different. It's definitely not a bacon substitute. It's its own thing. But like I actually prefer it to regular bacon. It's easier to clean up. It's not as greasy. Oh, Tank, were you here when I said I'm probably going to play through Tony Hawk on the main stream in the next month? Oh yeah, I remember Asaki worked on this game, right? Yeah, so I pitched it, I light pitched it to the boys, the BOIZs. The boys and girls and the in-betweens. Yeah, it was back when I used to play Forza all the time and we were playing through this. Again, it was like 2018. And he's like, oh, dude, I can't even believe people remember this. This is one of the games I worked on. He worked on this and NASCAR Rumble. I don't remember what he did. Yakuza 0. Don't quote me on that, but, like, I think that's, in terms of a not racing game, Yakuza's been the most highly requested game that I've ever gotten, so. But yeah, I'm gonna do a whatever I want week. So I'm in the point now where like I can't really take an extended break on Twitch because I'm getting burnt out or I'm getting sad in real life or whatever. Because the sub count can't fucking handle it. So So what I thought to do instead was do like a staycation. Thunder! Fart noises. Thank you for the 350, my guy. How are you? Good evening. I just want Air to fall in love with Majima as well. I'm in love with somebody else, so Majima's gonna have to wait. Oh, I went hard mode. Oh, I went the tricky way. Oh, I'm alive. I'm living. I definitely poo came out there. Oh, I definitely shat pant. No! Oh, for nothing. I got the 10 box though. That's what I wanted. But yeah, like I said, I kind of want to like. What's up? What's up, Alexi? How we doing? Good evening. Welcome to Beetle Adventure Racing. Whenever Jimmy said the word, like, oh, this is the Beetle, I was like, oh, dude, my man never played Beetle Adventure Racing. He should! That'd be genius. You can emulate it. This game's a riot. This would be a wicked, like, dumb stream day. I think I'm gonna do. Oh, fuck. Oh, no. Oh, hey, what's up? But yeah, like I said, just to take a little break, but not actually stop streaming, I'm gonna do, like, whatever I want for a week. The only thing that... Oh, make the jump. Oh. Oh. That's not gone well. Luckily, you respawn. Holy shit. I thought you had to use continue every time you blew up. I was like, that's not... Kid shit. Hello. Bully. That's why mom doesn't fucking love you. Canadian manufactured products? I have no idea. I was but a baby. Not one a week. I'm gonna do a whole week. I'm gonna do a whole week of it. Like, no iRacing. I'm probably not gonna get the wheel out. I'm just gonna cover up the view count and pretend like it's not there. Because I'm sure, like, if I'm playing Crash Bandicoot, people are like... You know? I'm sure people will like it at first, and then kind of get bored of it. But the only things that I'll schedule is basically the start times. And I think I might do 7 days. Bless me. I said bless me. Someone come punch me in the fucking head. I didn't mean to say that. I wouldn't say bless you, but I said bless. I was like, wait, stop. EA Canada. The same team behind the Need for Speed series at the time did this. Like, this is legitimately just more or less a reskin Need for Speed 3. Or the bad way. Dealer's choice. You're too precious, Taylor. Thank you. But, yeah, that's the kind of my idea. Because I sat here last night like, man, I just, like, want a little break. But I'm like, a break from what? Break from streaming. Like, well, you can't do that. So I'm like, well, how do I take a break from streaming but still stream? And then that was my idea. I was like, I'll ask chat and see what they think. I mean, I'm gonna do it. I just want to see if there's any interest. Like, how rough of a week am I expecting? I'll try to do some sort of, like, sub-goal thing too. Like I'll bring the beans back or something for that week. Well, that'll be the first week back to the beams. Some Rudy Tooty point and shooty. I get too angry. Also, like, the only really, like, shooting games I like to play is Valorant, which is basically like CSGO for babies. And I want to play with my friends, and, like, that's not really good for scheduling streams. Like, hey, you guys gonna be around at 5 o'clock? Oh, well, I might be, but he's got work. It's just, like, it's still a lot of, like, hoops to jump through. And then COD, like, I'll have a ton of fun, and then COD people show up, and then they call me, like, a poo-poo bum-bum idiot head. Like, I tried playing Black Ops 2 once on stream just for fun, because I do like Call of Duty. I got DDoSed. Just because I dared stream Black Ops 2. So, like, I don't know. I don't have no interest in streaming Call of Duty. Also, when Modern Warfare came out, I streamed it in the first day, assuming it was going to be really popular. And I got, like, a third of the viewers I normally do. I was like, maybe not. Yeah, I'd love to, like, play Modern Warfare 2 a lot more often, but, like, it just, I don't care enough. I'm also a very angry COD player. I got DDoSed. I think the kids posted my IP in the chat, and I was like, congrats, dude. I don't like zombies. I never did. I liked zombies in World at War, and then played it to death and kind of got over it. And, like, the zombie formula is still, like, the same thing. It's not like a fighting game to me where, like, I can always have fun playing a fighting game. But, like I said, we'll see. I'm not going to schedule anything. I'm not going to... Hello. I'm not going to, like, On Tuesday we're playing this. On Wednesday we're playing this. I'm literally just gonna say, hey, I'm gonna stream for 4 hours on these specific days. I don't know what games are gonna be going on. I might not even play games. I might just sit here and cry for 4 hours. Who knows? And just kind of see how it works. Don't get me wrong, like I enjoy the structure. Like I enjoy having a schedule. I like only playing one game in a stream. I feel like it's like a lot more of a show that way. I don't like changing games in the stream. It just doesn't sit with me. It just feels weird. But I've also never really tried the whole... Oh, I thought I was... Oh, no, I can swim! Moist. I mean, we could absolutely do that, Nick. I don't want to make any promises. The only things I definitely want to do... Oh, get in the butthole! Get in the butthole! Yeah, butthole! Uh-oh. Oh! Oh. Okay. The only things I want to do for sure are Yakuza 0. If it's affordable. It's funny you say that, Paula, because Beers is the editor of those, and he's here, so. Yakuza 0 for sure, and then what was the other one I want to do? Tony Hawk. Because I love the Tony Hawk Pro Skater franchise. I love, like, Thug. Love Thug 2. Haven't played them in probably 15 years. And it's sitting behind me, and I'm pretty sure it's... I either installed it in the PS4 and then never played it, or it's still got the wrap on it. So I want to do that. Also, that means streams won't have, like, time limits. Because it's not like, hey, I'm going to get off stream and play a game that I want to play instead of racing. Like, I'll just play what I want when I want. Like, if I'm in the middle of playing, like, Call of Duty or whatever, or, like, Yakuza, and I'm like, I want to play iRacing. I'm going to do it. You know? I'm just going to kind of make it up as we go. Did I get to continue? Did I get enough? Oh, no, I was like 48. Fuck!
Congratulations!
Spermy did it! I'm so proud of you, my little small man. Look at you go!
Congratulations! You've won Novice. Now go for Advance.
Yakuza 0 is $5. It's on the Steam, isn't it?
One player. Championship. Advanced Circuit.
It's alright. So the joke is I'm gonna spell spermy a different way every time. Steam and Game Pass. I do not have Game Pass, but for $7 I will absolutely just buy it. It's Bombles. So now we got a stripe, baby. Or we got a bzzzt, little bzzzt. Or like different stripes. Or nothing. Oh no, these are the advanced cars. I'm gonna go with the handling cars though. This is the true Spermy. This is Spermy's origin right here. Was an all-white Beetle. I think I may have been gray, but that's fine. Dude, I wish I was partner, or we'd have a Spermy emote. Spermy and Dave would have emotes and merch if I was a partner. Yakuza Game Kuzo Humble Bumble. Humble Bumble. I don't know which games, but you want for free. That's up to you, dude. Those are your games. I don't want to make any promises of like, if you give me this code, I'm absolutely gonna play it. Though I hate when people buy me games like, you're gonna stream this, right? And I gotta be like, yeah.
3, 2, 1,
and then I never do. Like, someone bought me BeamNG and like, you're gonna play this for YouTube and stream it, right? I'm like, yep, definitely gonna do that, and then just never did. And I felt like a piece of doo-doo garbage ever since. Oh, we're doing 110! The speed! Okay, as somebody who doesn't know shit about fuck when it comes to Humble Bundle, didn't Humble, like, aren't they, like, the baddies now? Aren't they the no-no guys? Oh! Oh! So I believe, since when they bat, very recently. I don't know the full story. That's why I'm fishing for an explanation. Yeah, like they changed their charity payouts and like they changed a bunch of shit. Like they're not like super no. It's not like they're like we're gonna say the N-word, but like they're slowly changing their policies and people are starting to be like. I saw it on Twitter and I didn't research into it. That's why I'm kind of like asking questions rather than saying absolutes. There's no problem in like, and this is kind of a blanket statement, but like there's no problem in regurgitating speculation so long as you're passing it along as speculation. If that makes sense. Does that make sense? Like, people are like, oh, well, don't speculate, or don't believe everything you read on Twitter. I'm like, I absolutely agree, but it doesn't mean you can't talk about it. It doesn't mean it's not a talking point. You know, it doesn't mean you can't comment on it. As long as you present the facts that you have and don't try to be like, yeah, it's like, so that's, okay. Example, right? I was like, oh, I kind of saw Humble Bundle was in the news the other day for doing some fuck shit. So let me bring it up on chat and see if anyone else knows about it. Like, knows more about it than me, so I can actually, like, get an explanation. Right? If I was doing it the other way, I would have been like, yo, Humble Bundle's fucked. I don't want to talk about Humble Bundle. They're all fucked. Bunch of piss ants. Bunch of fucking doo-doo pee drink. I have F120. Pop Fresh, I don't need any Codemasters anything. Ooh. Do I say something I probably shouldn't say? Ooh. Thinking. Thonking. Let's just say I may have acquired access to a upcoming release, upcoming very popular release that is currently in beta, closed beta. It is Beetle Adventure Racing 2. You are correct. Please don't guess it, because I probably shouldn't have said that, but I got an email about it today. It just sucks that like 90% of my content is streaming. So if I get access to like a closed beta or like a preview, it really doesn't do anything for me. Like, I don't think it helps the developer. I don't think it helps me. All it does is make sure like if and when I can stream it, it'll work. I know it's compatible. Spermie always had stripes. Spermie's original form is triple stripes in gray. Oh, look at me go. So here I am, hitting all the walls I can. Get over here, you saucy minx. Can't be shown anyway. That's what I'm saying. Like, so what's the point for me? Like if you're a hashtag gamer or you're a YouTuber where you can like record stuff, I think that makes a bit more sense. But because I focus most of my content to be video on demand, not video on demand, but streaming, there's a more professional way of saying that, but can't think of the word right now. Very cool. Welcome to Beetle Adventure Racing. I will be your guide. That is the first and will not be the last bit of jank that you see in this game. This game is quite wacky, if you couldn't tell. But yeah, it just doesn't make any sense for me and my brand. I hate to be my brand, but like, it's true. From Beetle to Turtle, he's trying his best. I do not want WWE 2K Battlegrounds now. Poppin' Fresh is just handing out free games. Santa Poppin' Fresh. I always feel bad if someone gives me a game and I never play it. I hate getting things for free and then never using them. Alright, so I gotta finish top 3, or else I need to restart the whole cup. This is the first race. It's very F-Zero-y in the terms of, like, you need to do a certain kind of good. Monster Hunter, and I paid full price. Then never even installed it. My buddy, Super Rad, does a lot of Monster Hunter stuff. And, it's just not for me. It's just not my thing. It's Bobbles. No offense to him or anything. It's just, like, not a game that I'm not a genre I've ever been interested in. I say that, ladies and gentlemen of the Twitch chat, I have 4 Final Fantasy games back here somewhere. I've got Final Fantasy 7 somewhere. I've got 12, I think, on the PS2. I bought it just because the character on the cover looked nice. I like the cover art. And then I got 15, I think. The cat jokes. What? Meow.
Welcome to Coven.
Next time I fuck up, I gotta soak my foot.
Get ready. 3, 2, 1, go!
I was like, I'll cheese to start. It'll go great. I forget this is one of those games that doesn't put you in first automatically. You're neutral. Very cool, Beetle Adventure Racing. Be cool. Yeah, absolutely. I'm absolutely cool with you giving shit away. I just would rather go to someone who I know is going to use it. I hate doing giveaways to, like... That's why another reason I don't like doing giveaways. I did a CarX giveaway that some of you guys know about. And it made me kind of disappointed because I asked specifically, don't enter the giveaway if you already have a copy of the game. And the guy was like, yeah, okay, yeah. Because there was some sort of issue with the game code. He's like, hey, it's not working, blah, blah, blah. But the people who sent me the code are like pretty legit. So I'm like, why would they send me a code that doesn't work? I'm confusion. So let me look into the guy and see if he's reputable. And then I looked, and the first game I saw him streaming on his own Twitch account was CarX. And I was like, all right, cool. So I asked you not to enter a giveaway if you already have the code. Or you already have the game. So what you did was exactly that. Awesome. Very good. I'd rather somebody who was watching the stream who was like, dude, this game looks sick. I want to play it, but I can't really afford to buy it. Instead of, you know, and then I bought that guy a code for the game on G2A, which I'll never do again. G2A's code system is fucking stupid. I don't like using key resellers in general, but the guy was from not Canada, so I couldn't just gift it to him. But yeah, it kind of bummed me out. Kind of really, really bummed me out. Beige. I don't know. I'm very old. Oh, okay. You know what? I thought I was gonna blow up there for sure. I'm very old hat when it comes to giveaways too. Back in the old, like, for those, this is basically anyone who's cargo aged. Anybody who's like anyone who's about my age or maybe a little bit younger will remember the old days of YouTube where basically giveaways were the way that you got to the top of YouTube. Where at the beginning of every video you just say, I'm giving away like a PS3, which ages this so well. Or like, I'm giving away a PS5 or like whatever. And that's how they're like, all you have to do is like this video. And share it to all your friends, and then that would put them on the YouTube front page because the video has so many likes, and then they, you know, obviously get subscribers that way, and blah blah blah. And it's not so bad anymore. I'm sure it's still a thing, but a lot of people just don't buy into it. And giveaways before that were like, also I got a very nice amount of bonus points. Giveaways before that were like a really nice way to be able to give back to your community or back to your channel or whatever, or that kind of shit. Now it's just like, I don't actually care about the people I'm giving this shit to. I just want the clout that comes with it. And whatever, like, you bought, as long as you're actually doing the giveaway, I don't really care. It just, like, really put a bad taste in my mouth, personally. So I've had people like, yo, you should do like a giveaway of this or a giveaway of that. And I'm like, I'd rather you guys watch me because you want to watch me, not because, like... Oh, shit, it is Cinco de Mayo. Wow, I didn't even... I didn't even remotely think... I forgot. Shout out to everybody who celebrates Cinco de Mayo. The Fiesta. Not the Ford. In fairness, I am, like, very far away from Spanish culture. It's not even funny. Or Mexican culture, I should say. Not Spanish. That's like asking people from, like, the U.S. what, I think it's Saint Jean Baptiste or Saint Jean Drapeau. No, it's Saint Jean Baptiste Day is. I didn't even know what Saint Jean Baptiste Day was until, like, 3 years ago. Come on, sing my song. All right, got it. Tequila. This is what you're paying for. This is what gets people the big bucks. Can't DMCA it if you sing so poorly that they'll never figure it out. I'll pay you to never do that. What are you, my ex-girlfriend? Hennessy. Dude! Venny with the Henny, baby! Let's go! You get back here, you son of a bitch. Are in the store. No. I figured they'd be available soon. That's huge.
Way to go.
Hopefully my leg is good enough, or my foot's good enough for iRacing tomorrow. Oh, Benny with the Henny is having a nice day. I saw him last night. I saw him in Tapstream last night very briefly.
You gotta continue. You're still. Welcome to Mount Mayhem.
Mount Mayhem.
Kid.
Oh no! I miss my wife. Dude, I actually been keeping up with the next gen cars releasing. fairly closely. It's kind of a bummer that like the race is on tonight because I want to watch it. I also like hanging with you guys. My noodle's not been doing so goodly for the last couple of days, so like normally streaming helps me out a lot. So that's I was like, you know what, I should probably do that, even if I don't really want to. I'll just get into it. And it's been a since Friday. It's been a bad rain day. Oh fuck! I thought I could turn. Oh, this is not. I've missed a series of poor decisions. I've been like really anxious with everything coming up, and like I've been really anxious. Something happened on Friday that I don't really want to talk about because it was not good. I haven't felt like that in years. Let's just put it that way. So I'm still kind of recovering from that. And it's not that I'm afraid to talk about it. Like I've been pretty open with like my mental health, all things considered. I just don't want to like. I know a lot of other people use what I do as kind of like a brain breather, a brain break. So I don't want someone's like, oh man, I've been like going through some shit all day. Can't wait to watch Aeroteq talk about cocks, and I'm like, I'm depressed. And like, oh fuck. You know? I have other platforms to talk about that kind of stuff. Yo, I also got nervous that I was going to be censored on Twitter, considering everything that's happening, and the fact that I don't know if anyone saw what I was up to yesterday with the whole what do you call it? Racing is for men. Men only. Only penis here. I really thought I was going to get a talking to from that, and I didn't, which is cool. Ah! That was some of the goofiest shit. You know what? I was less mad about the actual thing and more mad about the very corporate response that they had. No comment. That's all I want. That's all I wanted. I was like, I really hope I don't have a certain person in my DMs like, hey man, I need you to stop. Because I'm like, I'm not going to. I'm not going to go on the social media crusade to like start a bunch of shit, but like at the same time, you can't just delete that post, pretend it didn't fucking happen. And then like, I have a, oh man, this, I don't, the fellow gays and queers of chat can tell me, if I have the right to be a little bit annoyed by this. But I have a pride flag in my Twitter name because I put it there for Pride last year. And then I was like, well, how do you politely take the pride flag out of your name? I'm like, well, you could just not do it. You know, like you're not an ally for 1 month of the year. So I was like, okay, cool. I'll just leave the pride flag in my name. So some lady is doing damage control yesterday for that whole thing. And she goes, I, as part of the LGBT community. I'm like, first of all, who the fuck? Who do you think you are? I am. But, and secondly, I didn't know an emoji means that you know who the fuck I am. You fucking asshole. And on top of that, what is LGBT have to do with what that was about? Nothing, really. Obviously, you know, gay rights and women's rights are kind of intertwined. It's a lot of points. We're going to gloss over that. But still, my main point of like, why did you say that? Unless just to be a, well, actually, you fucking doorknob, like. No. This no. I don't know the full story. I don't know who this lady is. I don't really intend to. I blocked her. I was like, I looked at a lot of her responses, and a lot of her responses were the same thing Aeroteq was doing. It was like a thank you for the feedback. We hear you. Like just a very generic fucking response. I'm like, yeah, you guys don't care. You guys got what you wanted. Like, no one liked that. Yeah, it looked like how FedEx responds to people losing packages. Yeah, why intentionally piss people off though? Actually, you know what? I'm assuming that they'll go to like some sort of meeting now and go, oh yeah, give us more money, insert sponsor. Look how much engagement we have. And because a lot of shit got deleted, there's not really any proof of that engagement that was controversial, you know? So as long as they have the number, it doesn't really matter how they got it. That's my guess. That's speculating. There's no fact to that. But, like, man, if all they had to do was delete that first post and then just never talk about it again, I think that would have been way better damage control than, well, actually, welcome to the wild world of analytics, Hoot. That's unfortunately just how these things work. I still get sponsorship opportunities for YouTube all the time, and I'm like, just because of how much subscribers I have, I'm like, have you seen my views, my friend? Have you literally looked at my content at all? No, you have not. Is that time period? Yeah. I miss any time period of like when I discovered something that I thought was new and cool, and then it stopped being new.
Get ready. 3, 2, 1, go!
Yeah, that whole situation was very yucky. I feel really bad for the two femme sim racers that were in that video, who I'm not going to name. Because I have a guess that they had no fucking clue that's what their likenesses were going to get used for. And I have a guess that they probably signed a little piece of paper that says they can't say shit. Because I guarantee you they were not willingly part of that. I know one for a fact. I don't know her very well, but I know her well enough to know that's not part of her character. It's bizarre. Because they didn't see anything wrong with it. What's up, Ghost Pirate? Spooky. Who's the real Ghost Pirate? No, I'm pretty sure it was like a, hey, do you want to be in our video about this thing? And they're like, sure, we'll be in your video about the thing. And they filmed their parts, signed a contract for payment or like rights. And then after that, they probably didn't hear fuck about how like the trailer was going to be or how they were going to twist the narrative. Yeah, how do you press the clutch without a penis? Forehead. That message in my games daily that along the lines of go suck my dick. You too, huh? Yeah, like I don't... The whole thing is gross. I was starting to get like trolls messaging me too. Someone quoted my tweet and said he literally has a pride flag in his username. I was like, I don't know what that has to do with anything, but okay. Where I choose to put another man's cock is my business, sir. What I do with your dad's cum is mine and his business. Yeah, it's pretty shitty. I'm assuming, you know, let's drum up some controversy for our brand that we thought was going to do a lot better that isn't actually doing better. that now has strong competition from more than one source. Nah, dude, that's always my, like, my response when people say, like, gay stuff to me. Like, if they call me a homo or an F-slur or something, like, that's how I turn it around. Because I find it funny, and, like, that's, like, my whole joke. Like, you're gay. Like, you're damn right. And your dad's cum tastes great. Tastes like Michelob Ultra and, divorce. Like, listen, pal, just wear a skirt and kiss dudes like the rest of us, okay? Life's not that hard. That worked. Don't kiss dudes at the moment. Listen, that's your choice. That does not change what I just said. Michelob Ultra is genuinely the worst beer I've ever had. Like, it's everyone I know who drinks Michelob is like, yeah, but the calories are like there's some other reason. I don't know anyone that's like, it tastes great. Every human being, regardless of age, has an excuse for why they drink Michelob Ultra. It's like having like a guilty pleasure TV show that you watch. Everyone's like, oh, why do you watch like so-and-so? It's not very good. And they're like, oh yeah, but you know? Like, I could sit here and probably make an argument for light beers in general. Like Bud Light. Bud Light's gross, but I get it, you know? Or like Coors Light, etc., etc. Like, hey, they're kind of yucky. Tool Academy. It's tool time.
Right.
Oh, I fucking fell for it again. I thought I could make the jump. I think you can. VH1. Those are 3 letters I haven't heard in a long time. Wasn't VH1 like cool MTV? Like, that's how I remember it. Same place again. Anna, it's like you think I know how to learn. I don't. My life is a series of the same mistakes made over and over and over again until my inevitable demise. Are you thinking of VHS, you dumb fish? Uh-oh. 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 Yeah. Lame bands. Oh, what the fuck? No! I can't go this way. Yeah, Ed the Sock says some stuff now, but at the time, Ed the Sock was rad. Ed the Sock, fucking Nardwar. I would die for the Nardwar. I would die for Nardwar. If he asked me to take a bullet for him, I would do it post-haste. Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do. Nardwar is the best music interviewer on this earth, and he's painfully Canadian. That's a 2J's unit. You are being corrupted. Nardwar was the guy in the little Scottish hat. He used to do interviews on Much Music. Bob the Dog mechanic. Speaking of two JZs and 1,200 horsepower, we're going to be watching Formula Drift this weekend together. So if you guys want to come hang out, I would appreciate it. We'll drink some beer. Watch this goofy new qualifying format. Should be Saturday and Sunday. Or Friday and Saturday, sorry. Yeah, we're going to do channel points gambles on the battles. Shiver me Rickles. What's up, buddy? Go. Oh, I missed the butthole this time. Oh, and this is the third lap. Why am I going for boxes? Yeah, I've never seen Eric Andre out Eric Andre'd, and Eric Andre was not ready to be out Eric Andre'd either. You should, occasionally. Sometimes. It is a flaw of mine. I have been trying to breed my bussy into only for innies, not outies, but unfortunately, when you gotta go, you gotta go. Listen here, buddy. I'm not in the mood for your shit right now. Oh, what a maneuver! Yeah, if I'm telling someone about Nardwuar, I usually show them the Eric Andre interview. I'm not a particular Eric Andre guy. No, I don't think he's a bad thing. It's just not for me, which is weird because you think a dude who just yells and screams and kicks stuff would definitely be up my street, but no. But his interview with Nardwuar was chef's kiss.
Nice try.
Shut up, rude man. I set a new record. You tell me. How... So this is why we go for continues. Oh, is he gonna let me go? Oh yeah, because my points. I'm high enough in points. Cool.
Welcome to Sunset Sand.
Oh yeah, new track.
Get ready. 3, 2, 1, go!
Hello? Is Nick still here? Nick! Cummings. That's what I do when I'm alone at night. Hardwick. Excuse me. I should be there. I should be at FD. Sag. That is, yep, that is correct. Who's the cocaine, who's the PCP? We'll never know. Oh, I don't remember where to go. Oh, I know this part. Can I do the little doop-de-doo? No. Mine shaft! Oh, dicks. Give me that. Oh, I missed the 5. Howdy. So yeah, some shortcuts actually don't save you any time either. They're like debate shortcuts. Could you not? How about we didn't? How about we really didn't do that? sky. I did it. I have 7 points. A whole 7. A crisp 7. I was about to hit that as a jump. I'm really glad I didn't. You know, I can get McDoubles. I can get a McValue McPicks. Don't be mean. Saturday sold out immediately. Yeah. I was thinking about buying a ticket for that, but I'm like, oh man, the amount of money I'm gonna have to spend to get there, like, I don't know if it's worth committing that much. I have other things that I want to spend a lot of money on. Like I want that Aeroteq. So if I just want to play PS2, I can just play PS2 and not have to stress out about it. Like, I haven't spent any money on my, well, you know, if it's tight. It's going to be tight. I already know it's going to be tight. We have a festival that's going to be here in, like, September, but the lineup's kind of meh. Oh, he's doing the fucking fuck. Okay, Chris, have a good one, dude. I'm sending you the vibes that are good. As many vibrators as you want, man. It's on me. Don't worry about it. That's just the kind of friend. Just kidding. Have a good night, man. Yeah. The man with the beard and the glasses. With 15 months, how we doing? Hope you're having a good evening. Welcome to Beetles. That's 220. That's loot, Chris. Chris? Why are you even like this gets me. People will show up like, yeah, I just tuned into stream and you're talking about like the Baldo. Or like vibrators or like cum. Like, you know where you are. You know exactly where you are. You know what you're getting when you come here. What's a Baldo? Anna, are you still here? Would you like to tell our good friend so what I did was not... That wasn't smart. I was like, hey, look, a ramp to a secret. And then I looked, I'm like, that's not a secret. I have a question that I'd like to hear your answer to. Okay. Sure. In the beta stage, yeah. Emphasis on beta. I personally just wear it for style. So gross. You think mid-2000s racing game soundtracks that you think are great from games that aren't like Burnout or Need for Speed? Test Drive Evo Destruction. Very underrated for how small that soundtrack is. I'm going to go back a bit farther. Sledstorm was good too. Flat Out 1 was good. Flat Out 2 was good. Gran Turismo 3 and 4. 3 specifically, I think was my favorite. What are we doing up here? Midnight Club 3, I think, was a good compiled soundtrack, but I couldn't get into it. Just because it didn't have a central theme. Like, you go from, like, house real big, cars real big, to, like, dance hall, to, like, drum and bass. Like, there's just a lot going on in terms of the soundtrack. So it's kind of hard to like it had great songs, but the soundtrack as itself is a bit harder to judge for me for that, because it doesn't fit like an album. You know what I mean? It's a lot of different pieces. Hot Pursuit 2 is fantastic, but that's Need for Speed. He said specifically things that weren't Need for Speed or was it Need for Speed or Burnout? Yeah. So obviously, like, in my opinion, I think Burnout 3 or Revenge has like the best compiled soundtrack of all time in any game. That's not counting original music either. That's a completely different oh, come on. Damn it. Like, you can't compare a soundtrack from Burnout to, like, what do you call it? To like Final Fantasy. It's just not fair. No!
Practice makes perfect.
Let me use my continue! Fuck!
One player.
God damn it.
Championship. Advanced circuit.
It's Bobbles.
Nice wheels.
Can't compare the TPS. That's not a racing game, though, is it? But you have a point. I think in terms of a compiled soundtrack, Tony Hawk is like top 3.
Welcome to Coventry Cove.
If not the best of all time. Because every song just made sense. Like, yeah, you had punk rock and like hip hop and like metal, but it all like meshed. It wasn't just like. That's the reason I don't agree with Midnight Club 3, because Midnight Club 3 was good, but it felt kind of like a mishmash as a whole. Like, there's just a lot going on in that soundtrack, and it's good music. It's just like you go from like a metal tune or like a heavier song like Unwritten Law, and then you fucking temperature start. Like Sean Paul starts playing. And a 40 naughty shorty. It's just like very weird. Other games have it, but it's not as bad. MCLA, I don't even know the songs in MCLA. I didn't put enough time into it. That almost was what we were playing today. It was very close. I really want to play through Eva Destruction again, and that is my #1 Let's Play right now, but I didn't want to do it with no fanfare. I didn't want to just bring back Eva Destruction and not tell anyone. That's a big game for me. I still think is the overall package best racing game of all time. Or at least like very, 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 very in the conversation for best racing game of all time. Like, it plays well, it's got decent graphics, there's so much to do, there's upgrade mechanics, the cars have permanent damage, so like, you can't just pick the fastest car and use it until the end. You have to kind of be smart with the cars that you bring to races. Like, there's so much more, and it's a great multiplayer game. It's not just a racing game, you know? There's so many different modes and, like, wacky stuff that can happen. It's running on the, like, NASCAR heat engine of that time. Not, you know, bad NASCAR heat engine. It's hard to find. Unfortunately, yes. I paid, like, $60 for mine a couple of years ago. But, like, that was on my must-own list. Yeah, so let's say you spend a lot of money on like the fastest car in the game early on. You have to do demolition derby events to complete weekends, right? So usually the faster cars are weaker for balance. So like, yeah, it'll be a lot faster than like, fuck. It's a lot faster than like a stronger car, but it's like made of paper. So let's say, for example, you know, you do a demolition derby in that car because you only have one car now. It permanently damages it. Like, you could fix the car, but it takes a little bit out of how much you can fix it every time. So it's not like you could just speed run, buy the fastest car in the game, and then you win. Like, if you buy the Rocket, which is like the fastest car in the game, immediately, you're fucked. Because you'll destroy it, and then you'll have no money. Like, you have to actually make decent choices about... The only thing I can think of that sucks in that game is the livery editor is very primitive. I just paint dicks on all my cars. It's like per panel, and the panels are like not the whole panel. The livery editor is not great. The soundtrack's great, but it gets a little repetitive because it's only a couple of songs. I think it's like 6 or 8. But it is good. It's good music. Just like if you're sitting down to play for 8 hours, it'll get a little repetitive after a while. It gets a little grindy, but again, there's like, it's not like you're just doing race weekend, race weekend, race weekend. You can do like bet races or like big money races. There's time trials that you can do in the hub world. Like, there's a lot more to it than just like I do races and I win. F-Zero has the best soundtrack in my opinion of any game of all time. F-Zero is like by far and away my favorite original OST. Honestly, I think like 60% of the reason why I love F-Zero as much as I do is because of the soundtrack. Shug it! What's up, dude? Big Blue. I'm a big Mute City guy, and like, but I don't need this. Why am I getting this? I don't need this. Why am I... Ah! That was a poor choice. I'm a big Mute City person. T-Bone, thanks for the host, my guy. How we doing? I like Devil's Call in Your Heart. Anything from F-Zero X actually is really good. I think F-Zero GX is probably a better game, but I just love F-Zero X so much. Excuse me, sir. Oh, I missed it. Oh, I missed. There's one in the haystacks here, I think. The OG, to be honest. The OG is good, too. The OG is so different from the 3D ones. Why do niche games have banger music? I know what I want to say, but I want to make sure I word it properly. Because it's going out to a smaller audience, I think the people involved at the time had more of a passion for the project. Rather than like, hey, we're working on a game, let's make some music. It's like, hey, like, you know, we're all in love with what we're making right now. Let's just try to make it as good as we can, and a killer soundtrack would help. That's what I think. Like, they said this soundtrack was repetitive, and I mean, yeah, I guess I kind of get it, but it also fits, like, it's kind of bubbly and, like, funky, a bunch of different instruments. Like, this is your beginner track, so that, like, it's kind of plain, but it fits the racing, and it fits the vibe of the game, in my opinion. So. Dude, Ace Combat is a game I do not give a shit or fuck about. I've heard a lot about the soundtrack. And I've heard a couple of songs that I had no idea were on the Ace Combat soundtrack.
Get ready.
True. Honestly, I said this earlier in the stream. Everyone sleeps on Nintendo for car games, but like the 64 in general has quite a bit of racing games that I stan. This is, you know, if I had to make a top 10 racing game list of all time right now, this would be on it. It'd be either an honorable mention or probably near the bottom, but like I've played a lot of racing games. Like a lot. Like my first non-racing game that I think I sunk a lot of time into was Fallout 3 for the PS3. I am going to be 28 years old. It's not like I'm 10. You know, it's not like I'm a baby. Horizons have been okay. They're just repetitive now. Like, you get the same stations with the same kind of music. Like, I love drum and bass. I love drum and bass. You know, so Hospital Records being on Horizon's a big win for me, but at the same time, like, I'd love to see another record label take that spot. They should do it how they did it in Burnout, where the Horizon Festival has a radio station. PS2. Honestly, yeah, like I think PS2 is goated for racing games. The 360 era wasn't bad, but like the PS2 is like, we'd get 3 or 4 banger racing titles every year. Ranging from like weirdo off the wall stuff like Choro Q, to like Gran Turismo being in its prime, Enthusia. The Test Drive series was pretty good on the PS2. Test Drive Off-Road Wide Open's a great game with a great soundtrack, actually. TXR. I'm not a big TXR guy, but you're absolutely right. I gotta go back and revisit TXR. What's up, Saturn? How we doing? I gotta go back and revisit TXR now that I'm streaming instead of YouTube. How are ya? I'm alright, man. Hope you're doing well. My foot hurts. I tried playing TXR 3 for YouTube like 6 years ago, and it was like, go on the highway and do a race. All right, go on the highway and oh! Test Drive Overdrive. Is that the one for the 64? That game rips. The Toge ones? Yeah, I've been told to play those. I played a little bit of it on the PS2 when I rented it, when I used to rent games all the time. Can I go this way? Is this the way I can go? Yeah. Oh, is this a ski jump? Ski. Go. That was oddly satisfying. But, like, now, we definitely did, like, racing games are a dying breed now. Like, Horizon basically killed the arcade game. Because the Horizon format is like, that's the only way we're going to make money, and so that's all that new games are doing. But at the same time, it's so open-ended that it's very hard to get invested in those kinds of games, which is a risk you take. And everything else that's kind of come out has been anywhere from like, oh, it's all right, to like bad. There's been great indie games that have come out, but indie games are not really designed, at least in my opinion, for me to like, you can dump like 30, 40, 50, 60 hours into hotshot racing, but like, that's not really where it's you know, it's meant to be played. Yeah, this is basically a Need for Speed game. I don't know the specifics behind it, but like, Art of Rally, same deal. Like, I'm sure if you fell enough in love with it, and if it ticked all your boxes, you can dump as much time as you want in Art of Rally. But I want to say the average player is probably playing like 10 to 15 hours. It's Art of Rally, I don't think is going to be anybody's main game. You know what I mean? Like racing games are just not as strong as they used to be. I don't know if it's because they're not selling as well, or like, I know a lot of it's comes down to the community in terms of like, it's hard to make a game for everybody. And I think that's what a lot of racing game developers are trying to do, because when they don't have this certain car or this certain track or this certain feature set, everyone's like, this game is the worst game I've ever played. So it's kind of hard to develop a game for everybody. But honestly, like the worst thing I think that's happened to driving games in the past 10 years, maybe in 15, Nobody knows how to fucking make a game to play well anymore. Like, what has fucking happened? Like, I forget, it was a Kadikarus video that, and he's not even like a big racing game dude. And the quote, live with me, is a racing game, especially an arcade or a console racing game, lives and dies by its controls. So explain to me why, on the most part, every like major racing game release has controlled either not great to terribly, with very little exceptions. Like Horizon's the only series I can think of that has good control. That's of that level, like not counting like Art of Rally and like that kind of stuff, or Sims, like Dirt Rally, Assetto Corsa, that kind of stuff. Like just really stop and think about it. Like maybe I'm forgetting something, and I would love for you guys to correct me. But like on the whole, car list meh, features meh, track list meh. Why does everything drive like shit? Oh yeah, well NFS is like one of the many issues. Like the crew doesn't drive all that great either. And a lot of games, if they have enough shit going on in the background, like this game's physics are not amazing, don't get me wrong, but like I can learn them, and I love the atmosphere of this game, of like how it's kind of goofy and bubbly and fun, which is why I like it a lot. I like the box system of like rewarding you for exploration. Honestly, the only racing game that I know that technically only has one car that still feels like it has a lot of depth to it. Circuit Superstars, both indie games. Yeah. If you want to play a good racing game in 2020 and you're not interested in sim racing, and you don't like the progression system and how Forza Horizon lays itself out, you have to go indie. For the most part. Like Horizon, don't get me wrong, the way that game plays is fantastic. But as somebody who probably has over like 5,000 or 500 hours, if not more, into the franchise, just the Horizon franchise, that can only get you so far, you know? No, I disagree with you, Donnie. Rally Sport Challenge. I have not, but I've heard of it. Yeah, I see where you're coming from, but like, my issue with Horizon is their base maps have to cater to basically everything, and I guess I understand that. You know, you can't have a tight and twisty map for people who want to just drive around in the Veyron all the time. You can't have just a wide open map for people who like want to drive around in like slower, like wackier cars, which is why Horizon 3's map is so not panned, but like just not looked back upon as fondly. Gear Club. I was supposed to get that game for free. They were going to send me a review code. I didn't even have a Switch, but they guess, you know, YouTuber privilege. So I was like, yeah, go ahead, give it to me. I'll take it. And then they just never got back to me. I was like, oh, all right. Sounds good. But, oh no, here's my point, though. Like, Horizon 4 had the Toge Road. It wasn't that long, but it was Fortune Island or Fortune Mountain or whatever. Fortune Island. But what kills it is you can't just fucking drive there. Mario Kart? Mario Kart, I think, top to bottom, is the best racing game franchise of all time. I don't think there's ever been a bad Mario Kart. There's been Mario Karts that definitely are not as good as others, but Mario Kart has, like, been consistently good throughout the course of its entire lifespan. And even if you're not interested in Mario Kart, I think any sort of racing game that gets people who are not interested in racing games and racing games is huge. I love arcade games that are so good that you don't actually have to like cars to want to play it. That's why I love Eva Destruction so much, is when I was growing up, my friends always wanted me to bring it over for game nights, because you just drive cars and it was like a primitive wreckfest, really. You just drive shit into other shit and hope for the best. You don't have to be really good at it. You don't have to like know about apexes and but also it's still fun to play for those like you and me who want to master how the game feels, and like that game is just top to bottom fantastic. It definitely has flaws, but they're very negligible. Top to bottom, you say? Where are you going with this? So cool news. So listening. Let's do the maintenance. Tell me about it. It do be maintenance o'clock where you are. Let's go. Wait, let's go. Is that the joke? Did I do it? Did I make you laugh, Zoomers? NFS games for N64. I mean, I think there was some by technicality. There was V-Rally, this, but not like main franchise Need for Speed. Probably some sort of exclusivity deal. Yeah, I think, okay, so the New Horizon's supposedly rumored to be set in Mexico. And I don't think that's a bad idea, as long as, like, my whole idea for Horizon, which is I wanted to see them do the American West Coast, like all of it, like Washington State down to, like, Southern California, was I think they could get everything they'd want to do in terms of biome. Like, you have a snow, off-road area, the city. You know, you could do whatever you want to do, but instead of like having changing seasons or like, oh, we got to make the base map really open, and then we can add like more complicated roads and DLCs, you could just have like biomes. You know what I mean? You could just have like areas of the map. Like you can have the hills, like canyon roads. That'll be, you know, your canyon roads that everyone begs for, and rightfully so. Don't get me wrong. You can have the desert areas, like your Mojave Desert, your Baja, like that kind of area, for, you know, your off-road racing and your cross-country racing. Your cityscapes for your circuit racing and more like car meets and that kind of stuff. You could have like mountain roads up in Washington State that are covered in snow, so that way you didn't waste all that time developing, you know, your weather system for nothing. Like, but instead of like, oh no, it's winter now, it's like, I have to go to the winter area of the map. Having some circuits, just fucking one. Just one is cool. Like the Lego circuit was genius. It took them 4.5 games to do that. Like, that makes no sense to me, but I just think it'd work out a lot better if you had to like drive to certain weather types. Like, it would be really dumb, right, if you drove to like Redwood Forest and it was raining all the time. But at the same time, actually, you know what? Rain can come and go. Rain's fine. Rain helps the world feel a little bit more alive. But I don't know. That's my idea. Instead of just complaining about how bad Horizon is, that's like my idea to fix it. I think that's a good way to make everybody happy, without having to sacrifice anything. Like, if you want to have those big winding, like, supercar 240-mile-an-hour roads, you can do that with, like, Bird! Thank you for this up, Bird. Yeah, Shaggy, you're picking up what I'm putting down. Like, have a mountain road that's for us losers who love, like, drifting and toge and stuff. And then have another mountain road that gets progressively snowier and snowier the more you drive up it until you get to the peak. And then the peak has, like, a little, like, village area that has little circuit races and whatnot. So you can do, like, little rally cross races and stuff in the snow, if that's what you want to do. What was it? it was Horizon 3's snow level was sick. But you couldn't get to it. That's another thing, too. If you're going to have DLC, integrate it into the main map. Because every Horizon DLC always works the exact same way. Where it's popular for about 2 weeks, and then you never see anybody again. You go to Fortune Island, like, oh my god, it's a tollgate road, they added drift cars, this is so cool, blah, blah, blah. And then it's like such a hassle to basically leave the main game and go to the DLC part of the game. And it's just not, like, it's so 2012 technology. Like, integrate it, either make it a little raft so I can drive up to the raft and just, like, teleport there. Or, like, a bridge to drive to it, or, like, integrate it into the main map. It could still be paid DLC. I don't care. Just like find a better way of doing it, because it completely kills the experience. Because like, why am I gonna load up Fortune Island and do Fortune Island races when no one's playing it? What's up, Dizzy? How we doing? Roping off parts of the main map. It's fucking DLC. That's part of it. Welcome to DLC. You want to get mad at DLC? Then get mad at DLC. I went for a swim. Spermy went for a little dip. Dark area, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Or like, even like old school Need for Speeds where it's just like blocked off by a barrier. This in Australia was HSV Adventure Racing, but everywhere else in the world was Beetle Adventure Racing. 100 penalty minutes? Is it just a fist fight? Is there even a hockey game going on?
Welcome to Sunset Sand. Get ready. 3, 2.
So this is basically Need for Speed 3 for the PS1, reskinned and sold on the N64. Well, not reskinned, but it's running on the same engine. It said Beetle Drift. Kinda? It's like power slides, but, you know. Oh, shit. I was supposed to be playing Assetto Corsa today, but my foot's fucked up, and I don't want to use my wheel. And Car X is fun for like 15 minutes for me, and then I start getting bored, so... I wasn't doing a Let's Play anyway, and I was like, I should probably do a Let's Play. I've got like 8. A controller on Assetto Corsa is doable, but like... Speaking of which, like Poppin' Fresh just uploaded a video that he tagged me in, which if he wants to post here, I'm totally cool with. Of him drifting on a controller, it's just not the same. It's not fun for me. You know, I didn't spend all this money to switch to PC and then use a controller. Can I post? Oh, yeah. I told you you could. What Poppin' Fresh does on a controller in Assetto Corsa blows my mind. That man has a level of commitment to that platform that I just don't. Speaking of Assetto Corsa, I have an ESDA announcement that's already been announced, but some of you guys probably didn't hear it because it was only on Instagram. For those who don't know, next weekend will be ESDA's first round at Long Beach. It'll be twitch.tv/PodiumEsports, Saturday, May 15th at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. I hope to see a lot of you guys there. ESDA is now, I cannot believe I'm saying this, officially partnered with Big Duck Club, who make BMW parts and some Nissan parts and body kits and whatnot. Sorry, I have the itchiest nose in the world. They're partnered with Next Level Racing, who do cockpits, like racing sim cockpits. Vossen, who helps host the downloads for tracks and cars for competitive drifting in Assetto Corsa, which is cool. We're also supported by US Drift, which is a Formula Drift Pro-Am series. and we'll be running a Pro-Am series for them. More details are coming on that soon. And we are affiliated with Nexen fucking Tire. Nexen Tire. That's a real brand. That's real. That's what I said. Excuse me, sir. That doesn't mean shit for me personally. I just think it's cool to be involved with that series. It's not like Nexen's gonna start, like, giving me a bunch of money. I just think it's cool that, like, brands like that are seeing sim drifting as a viable platform. US Drift, as far as I know, will be basically a feeder series to ESDA. There will be no driver entry cap. Good luck, staff. And it'll be street cars on, like, more suited courses. Think of it as, like, not Pro 2, but, like, Pro-Am. I don't have anything. I got a bottle of water in my fridge. Got a bottle of pomegranate vitamin water. Pomegranate. Yo, vitamin water, Glasso, if you want to sponsor me, email's in my description. Hit me up. Gotta wait for Moosehead, though. Beetle. What's up, Sam? Official bread sponsor. Let's go. Let's go. I thought the whole DaBaby let's go joke was like because he said let's go really like, let's go! You know what I mean? Like a dork? No. I heard it for the first time. He just mumbles it. Let's go. Like, sounds like sad Mario. I don't get the joke. I don't understand. Yeah, I don't get it. I like the memes that have spawned from it. I just don't, like, I thought the original joke would have made more sense, and it does not. It's a rapper, DaBaby, he is referred to as, I guess at the beginning of all of his songs, or some of his songs. He says, let's go. So people started making a joke about it. And that's the hot meme now. So I assumed he said, let's go, like, Goofy? Oh. I don't know. Speedrunners were saying it way before DaBaby was, so I have no idea. When are you playing Hot Wheels Turbo Racing? I probably should. That is a solid game. Start of the year. I think you told me about that. I have it. I looked it up on the Spotify. On Spidifer. For Spidifer. Yeah. I think I saved a song or two. Forgot the name of the band. And it just is sleeping in my lights. But you definitely told me about it, and I definitely like looked you guys up, and I definitely listened to a song or two. I was like, this is sick. Because it is on brand for me. I thought the new Hot Wheels game was going to be like a shitty cash grab, not good. And then I watched gameplay, and I'm like, not here to spruik. Hey, man, I'm cool with it. Just like, as long as you don't show up and say, hey, I'm working on this thing, here's all the links to it, haha, XD, and then you leave. I don't really give a fuck if people self-promote. Just don't be a dickhead about it. Yeah, the new Hot Wheels game actually looks fun. I hope it's fun. It has very well the opportunity to not be fun, but it looks fun. Ow! Ow! No! My leg! Get back here, you son of a whore. Ha-ha! Alright, cool. I was like, I didn't come all this way to get beat on the last race in the championship. I'll be very sad. Yeah, Milestone actually does good stuff now, right? I don't know really anything about Milestone, and I probably should, but like the way the cars handle, you can never really tell until you play it with racing games, but a lot of times you can judge vaguely how it's going to be, and the handling actually looks decent.
You got first record.
Yeah, the WC people. And Motorsports Games is doing the new NASCAR game too on the R Factor 2 engine, which is interesting. I should be biased towards Motorsport Games, I understand that. But I don't know if that's the right idea.
Now challenge pro.
So we're halfway through the game now. I don't know if go drink, please. Yeah, my mouth's tired. Or mouth. My mouth's dry. That's a good idea, Shaggy. I hope they do that too, much like how they do F1 games where they include some older content. That'd be sweet. N64 game, it can be emulated. That's a surprised face. Where's my wet? Where is my wet? My water bottle was right next to a bunch of beers. Beers started falling all over. Okay, Tony. Apparently you didn't get the fan. Here we go. This is unfortunately going to have to happen. Can't link illegal downloads in the stream chat. That's like... There we go. A ROM is illegal. Downloading a ROM from a website is piracy, period. I'm not against it, but to cover my own ass, you can't be posting it in fucking stream chats. Is there any way to play World Driver Championship through emulation? I have no idea. I didn't know that game was actually pretty decent. I always see it in game stores, and it's very cheap, and the cover looks like eh. That's why I pop in fresh. Whenever I do emulate a game, and this is true, I'm not saying this just, you know, this is true. Whenever I emulate a game, I normally always own a copy of it.
One player.
I usually only emulate games because it's easier to stream. But now I have my stream actually looking pretty good. So with my 64, which was the only console I really emulated.
Pro circuit.
All right, Spombles. What do you do? Spum bum. Oh, here we go! Quickly! Look at the ass on this thing. I hate to see him go, but love to watch him leave, you know? Oh, this is the original Spermie, I think. This is Spermie Prime. In gray. Yep. Here he is. Ladies and gentlemen. Spermy V3, which is technically Spermy V1. This is also a Spermy. He just doesn't know it yet. Man, I want to use the handling card because that's the right idea, but like, I know I'm going to get bullied into using this.
Nice.
Bright fucking pink.
Welcome to Coventry Cove. Get ready.
Car, very good point.
3, 2, 1, go!
Bottom text. Comic Sans. The Peggers. Your sponsor. True. This is Beetle brought to you by Traction GG, your source for all of racing game news. Visit traction.gg. That is traxiong.gg. Oh, I can't turn. The speed. All right, so when you use the faster Beetles, okay, this is when we start having issues with controls. Excuse me. Thank you. Oh God. Oh! I knew that was gonna happen, but I couldn't do anything about it. That's what happens to me on the inside when a lady talks to me. I'll just shatter into a million pieces. I keep going for 6th and it's just not there. Anna, I'm not going to acknowledge that because I don't want to destroy myself on camera. That would not be appropriate. Oh, land, land, land. Oh! There he goes! He's so... I didn't think you could do that. I didn't know you could... Just park in the middle of the track. I can assure you I am not a power bottom, just a regular one. That is a solid thing of sticks. I didn't murder him so much as he, he's right there. He's fine. They're doing good. I didn't murder them as much as I like. I was like the glass door, and that was the fly. Homie just came in, went da 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 da, and then. Oh. That was the worst or best timing. What's up, Presser? How we doing? That was interesting. No! Holy fuck. I was like, I probably shouldn't go for the barn. I already have my my continue that I need. I was like, fuck it. What's the worst that could happen? Oh, dude, that killed me. Like, in real life. I started going, ba-da-da-da. I'm like, you're going to hit that barn. You're going to blow up. Like, I had a mental, like, argument with myself. Like, nah, we'll be all right. Narrator. And he was not all right. He was very much not all right whatsoever. Ow. 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 Welcome to Beetle Adventure Racing. I'm here. Oh, God. Do you see why we don't use the fast car? Until the absolute last championship. This is stupid. It is so fast, but just doesn't do anything. It's too busy being face down, ass up. That's the way I like to respect women. Okay. Captain Quick! Captain Quick! I am Speed. Am I in third now? Fourth. I might get second. Did Rebecca instantly walk out? Is that how that story ends? Oh! Yeah, that's about right. Listen, if you watch Mr. Hero HD or, without headphones on, that is a mistake that you're making. When you choose, that is a choice that you made. Spum Bomb just narrowly beat out Spombles. Spombles.
You gotta continue.
You stop being nice to me. I won't have it.
You're still. Welcome to Mount Mayhem.
Dude, I don't understand how my fucking brain works. Like, it really makes me mad. like genuinely for real.
Get ready.
So, I'm in VR on the weekend. We went to a club called, if anyone knows anything about VR chat, it's called Ghost Club, and it's a Japanese-run club, so it only opens at, like, 8 in the morning, my time. And I'm just sitting with Ian, and, like, I'm still making friends. I'm really new to the whole scene. I'm kind of just bopping around a bit, like, having a good time. And one of the people I talked to the other night approaches me, and she, like, pats me on the head in-game and, like, starts poking me in the tummy. And you would think, like, a human being... I was also drinking, right? So it's not like I was just regular shy. But you would think that, like, I would have, you know, I'd be like, oh, he's the loud, like, dumb idiot guy. He's going to have a response for this. No, I just mentally completely shut down. I was like, I don't know what to say. And they're probably sitting like, wow, that guy's fucking... I'm so... You think it's a lady thing? Nope, absolutely not. I went to watch a friend DJ last night. I was alone, and someone who I recognized, who I spoke to, pointed at me, and I turned around and ran away. You would think somebody who is anxious would be quiet. Why am I cursed with the loud? I hate it here. I want a refund. More time in the bar? Yes. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. That is a great story. So, me and iLasers, or Rob, met at a bar. And we're at this bar having a drink, having a good time. It's a video game bar. And, like, again, when I'm around people I know and I'm very comfortable with, this is when you get the dicks keynote, not the please don't talk to me, don't even look at my general direction keynote. I've definitely told the story before, so if it sounds familiar, it's because it is. And don't overthink it. Don't overthink it, Tank. Overthinking it's gonna ruin it. I let the sperm jokes come to me as they do. Case in point, right there. But we played like Guitar Hero or something, and Rob is like, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I was like, cool, I'm gonna get another drink. And the bar is right by the front door, or the front entrance, whatever. It's not really a door. I mean, there is a door. Anyway, so he goes, oh man, that song made my insides hurt, because he sang, I think. And I turned and I said, I'm gonna make your insides hurt. You know, just as a joke among friends, just a funny haha, right? A funny XD. No, not at all. This is not what happened. I went to look at Rob, who was to my right. Oh, we made it. I went to look at Rob, who was to my right, and there are standing two, like, very attractive young women who had just walked in, who were standing basically exactly where Rob was standing, but he was behind them. So, not only did I say this in their general direction, oh, no, that would have been bad enough. I looked them dead in the eyes and said it. Imagine walking into a bar, right? And there's some little fucking cock gremlin. I'm gonna make your insides hurt. Oh, I can't get through the mistake now. I went, oh god, no, I meant the guy behind you. And they both turned around, looked at Rob, and Rob, all 6 foot, like 6, big old fucking Viking beard, was like, yeah, they didn't come back. they left. I hid under a couch for a good 5 minutes. I've never felt, oh man, that was awful. That was very funny, but that was awful. I still get I still tense up when I think about it. It was such a shit moment. Uh-oh. We're good. I was like, I'll go this way, see what happens. I am speed. It was like the worst. It was like one of the worst things I've ever said, but I just laughed at it. Yeah, I hate being the loud guy. I really do. But at the same time, being the loud guy gets me paid, so it is a blessing and a curse. You had nothing to be ashamed of. You were an innocent bystander. I want to go for another continue. Oh man, that was the worst. One of the worst. I've had some rough times at that bar, but that was... I'm glad I found a way to laugh at it, because that was awful. Stupid. I'm speed. There's also one difficulty higher than this. Expert is going to take some time. Expert is not easy. Oh, it's heartbreaking. I don't remember how much the track is left. Oh, fuck. We're almost done. Later, Saturn. Have a good one, dude. Thanks for stopping in. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday evening. Yes, I had to think about that. That's what staying up till 8 o'clock in the morning to go to a nightclub will do to you. That was Sunday night, by the way. I went to bed at 2 in the afternoon that day.
Nice try.
Bully.
Record.
Spum Bum did so good, though. Can I continue? Ooh, just barely. I needed that win, though. That was, not off.
Better luck next time.
Oh, whoa.
Welcome to
Gotta continue, lost to continue. Away she goes, boys.
Get ready.
Boys and girls.
3, 2, 1, go!
Oh. So fast. Seaman. I see men. I can't say that on TV. How about another joke, Murray? Oh! Oh my god, I thought it was gonna blow up for sure. Show Bob and they're gonna... Well, Bob's not here right now. Please leave a message after the beep. Sky! Out of the way. Barbie. I'm assuming diet. Oh, I haven't eaten today. I forgot to eat today. That's got to get rectified here in a bit. I had to go to UPS. I bought a USB controller. Oh, I wanted to tell this story earlier. I bought a USB controller for my computer, right? Or a USB PCIe card, whatever. Because my Oculus only has... Oh, I have 4 pieces to my Oculus, which is... When are you doing more speedrunning? Friday. Friday I'll be back on Rush. Going for PBs in Circuit, because I have the right car now. No, not a USB controller. I realized that USB controller is like a weird term for that. So yeah, it plugs in like a graphics card, and it gives you 4 extra USBs. The first one I bought was $17 on Amazon. It was very cheap. But because it was very cheap, I don't think it had enough power to power my VR headset. And both sensors. Nice. So I was like, cool, I'll get one that's powered then. So I bought a powered one. For those who follow me on Twitter, you already know what this is. Stop. Gaming. I bought it, obviously, and came home. Spent like 20 minutes fishing up a SATA cable, because I couldn't find one. I spent another like half an hour trying to figure out if I had an extra SATA port on my power supply, because I couldn't see it because it was so like stuffed in my computer. Finally got the SATA power hookup, and oh, that's not where you go. That's fair. Boomy. That was a poor choice. But that's like not where the SATA power goes. But anyway, I got it all hooked up. Took me like an hour. This is usually like a 5-second install. Like it usually does not take long. Uh-oh. I saw like flashbacks of the intro there. That was spooky. But I was like, all right, cool, no problem. And I go to just like install the card into the case and then, you know, try it out, whatever. And it doesn't fit in my case. The USBs were vertical and they were hitting like on the case itself. Like I couldn't get the USB into the USB slot. So what would a normal person here in this situation do? Return the salami lid did not. Oh no. Oh no. Speak of the devil, there he is. Welcome to my Monster Hunter DLC. Yeah. This is... Yup. The real Seuss. Thanks for the follow. On the real, everybody from Kyle's channel, or Super Rad's channel, my name is Aero. I play racing games. Today we're playing Beetle Adventure Racing for the N64. Because I haven't played this game in forever and I want to play it. So, if you like racing games, whether it's racing sims, stuff like this, or anything in between, you can drop a follow. What I would be stoked if you did is stick around for a bit and see if my channel was something that you're interested in. If not, thanks for hanging out with Super Rad. He's good people. From somebody who, yeah, he's good people. Good guy. Very beautiful. I cannot contain my loins. Oh! That could have went poorly. I mean, it did, but it could have went even worse. Shut up! Yeah, as the title suggests, it is Beetle Adventure Racing. There is a car in this game, and it's called the Beetle. You can drive different kinds of Beetles, but at the end of the day, it's a Beetle. Excuse me. Thank you. How'd your stream go, Kyle? Hope it went well. I'm not doing any speedrunning in this at all. I'm just playing it. It's hard enough as it is. Yeah, we're #1 on Beetle Adventure Racing right now. Let's go. Good night. Let's go. Let's go, nurse. He will not be in Rush Hour 3, unfortunately. Oh! I didn't take the corner tight enough. I'm gonna have to restart this anyway. Ah, he'll be fine. Rub some dirt in it. I'll be gonna make food. Fucking brag about it. What's up, Zero? Thank you for the 23 months, dude. Hope you're having a good Wednesday. This is... Those were words. This game is good. Honestly, for an N64 game, and they're not really known for their racing games, this is, in my opinion, one of the best racing games on the platform. Yeah, it was HSV Adventure Racing. It was localized for whatever reason. G'day, mate. Welcome to rub some little dot in it, baby. Get you an old... I can't do it. Thank you, Rob, for the 420. He's very much alivened. I'm changing cars, so Spum Bum is dying. What do we name our character? Spearm. Speam. There you go. I'm going in the grip car. I'm going in the handly boy. In teal. No, not automatic. What do I look like, a chump? Don't answer that. Okay, you guys, basically that breaks it down. I don't know what bonus means. I don't know what that is. I'm pretty sure it's like an extra car or something. I gotta like actually try it. But at the higher difficulties, which we're on pro we're 3 of 4 right now. Excuse me. You need continues. Like, continues are very vital. Because if you don't finish in, like, the top 3, or, like, you drop below a certain point in the championship points, it just DQs you. So you absolutely need continues later on in the game. I think my strat was to get 3 continues on the first 3 tracks and then just focus on winning the rest of the races. But that was like 4 years ago. Ow, 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 ow. I don't remember. Excuse me. No. We definitely need at least 1 continue, though. I'm hitting everything. Oh! Oh. Not optimal. Oh, the double raid. Wow! Wow! Excuse me, sir. Well, let me just... Oh, he nailed it. And the resub. What a champion. What an absolute champion. Everybody come from Russ's stream. What up? Hope you had a good stream, Russell. My name is Aero. I am playing Beetle Adventure Racing for the N64 on an N64. Which is why you see the black borders on the screen. The quality is not that... Well, it's not bad, actually. But, no. I play racing games for a living. If you want to drop me a follow, I'd appreciate it. If not, thanks for chilling with Russell. And hopefully you can hang out here for a bit and realize how much of a better streamer he is compared to me. Same way went from Kyle's stream.
Right.
You know. This is literally Need for Speed, but with Beetles. I think I'm not sure. I think that maybe Sony had an exclusivity on Need for Speed at the time, and this was the way to get around that. Oh yeah, I got yelled at for saying I'm an automotive variety streamer today. I think the guy was just beaming, but still. That's the first time I got called out on that. Like, man, I don't know what else to call myself other than gay. Feel out of place not being sub. You know you can fix that. Yeah, I'm probably gonna, we'll see. See if I can afford one tomorrow. I may have to spend like $500 on my foot, so. Want to manage my financial situation? Absolutely. Put all your money in my bank account, right? And then all your money's in my bank account. Hope your foot gets better soon. I emailed the clinic/doctor that did the surgery on my foot last time and said, hey, it has not gotten any better. I think it grew in weird. Can you look at it? And hopefully I'll hear back tomorrow. I said next week. But if I have to get this surgery again, I won't be streaming for 3 days after. It's unpleasant, to say the least. My nose is so itchy. The day that I get the surgery is like not bad. But the next 2 days after, when the freezing wears off, is some of the most excruciating pain I've ever done in my life. Oh, Rob, it's no problem. I just got to pay. I went to a foot clinic. I did it. I got the same surgery done last year, but obviously my health insurance doesn't cover that, so I got to pay for it out of pocket. Last year, I think it was like $400, and it was only like it's a private thing. I didn't know any better when I had it done last year, and now that it's kind of fucked, like I called my mom about it, and my mom was like, "You should probably go to the same clinic that you got it done before." And I was like, "Yeah." For those who asked, it's an ingrown toenail on my right foot. I had a surgery done on it last year to cut out the ingrown parts, but they didn't cut out all of the sides of the nail. They just cut out like the top parts of the sides. And I think that the wrong part of the nail is now growing. I'm in fucking last. Prefer. Honestly, I've always been a Toyota guy, but the new Mustang has me acting up. Like, I can't put any real pressure on my right foot. When I walk, I have to walk with, like, my toe lifted up. It's like how you lift your pinky up when you're drinking a cup of hot beverage. It's like how I walk. I was like, oh, I could probably still stream on the wheel. I was supposed to do a set of Corsa drifting today. I could probably still stream on the wheel. It won't be that big of a deal. But I went to UPS and back today, and, like, the first 2 hours, my foot was throbbing. Oh, boo, this happened. This like, all has started in the last like 5 days. Like my foot felt kind of weird a little, like the nail felt kind of weird, but I was like, whatever, it's nothing really to worry about. And then I stubbed it the other day, and then since I stubbed it, it hasn't been getting any better. And then like I woke up today and I was like I woke up and felt my foot throbbing.
Championship.
Fuck. This is bad. What's up, Kane? How you doing?
Nice wheel.
Is NASCAR cool again? I mean, it's a start. The cars are out right now in iRacing, I think. So I mean, we're gonna. I'll have to look up my finances and see if I can justify it.
Get ready.
Because like I said, I'm going to be spending probably a bunch of money on my foot. Well, I mean, we have a Coke Series driver in here at the moment. In Bonsitch. I don't know if he's driven them yet. For me, in terms of how they drive in iRacing, it depends on the tire. I don't like oval in iRacing because it doesn't suit my idiot driving style of I'm gonna drive this car as fast as I can and hope for the best. Like I've never been good at saving. It's just not. I don't have any fun in saving, and it's not a skill I care to learn. No disrespect to those who are good at it, and like know that it's a great skill to have. It's just not something that I'm interested in putting time and effort into learning. So I have. What is the verdict on the new car versus the old car? Or was the sad face the verdict? Bye-bye, gamers. Later, Scrubberoni. My favorite pasta dish. Right next to Scrubguini and Scrubzania. Oh! iRacing is a year for $20 right now. Twisted, pick your language a little bit more careful. That's not even beyond, like, that's not even remotely confirmed. Don't. I know what he's saying, he's just saying it in the wrong way. The new cars are developed with a change of drivetrain in mind, so if they wanted to go electric, they're already ready for it. There's absolutely no information that I saw about them with a year, a time frame, and a date of they're going electric or hybrid.
You got it. Lap two.
So yeah, probably, but for new players, it's $20 for a year right now. I'm looking at Ren sent me a promo code. Yes. Yeah, see, Twisted, again, here, the difference is it's been discussed and it's in the works versus it's happening. Your choice of words is very important. It's just a way to help stop spreading misinformation. That's my I went to journalism for school brain. Yeah, it looks pretty likely, but you never know. It could be like 3 years, could be 8 years, could be next season. Yeah, I think they'll go hybrid. I don't think they'll go full electric. I think the NASCAR, and I'll get you the code in like 2 seconds. It's one of those big fuck off long iRacing codes. But I had someone DM it to me saying, hey, if you ever wanted to make an alt account, now's the time. When am I going to speedrun this? This game's hard, and it's long. So probably never. looks sick. This is literally, Kyle, PS1 Need for Speed, but it's the same engine. But just with Beetles. It's still made by EA. It's made by the same studio that made Need for Speed at the time. It's basically a kart racer, but it's not. Like I said, this is like one of the best complete racing games on the 64. Like, if you don't have any friends, it's still fun to play. If you have friends, the battle modes are fun. Yeah, there's only one car, but like there's still different stats to suit your driving style. Like, if except for when you're an expert. If you're an expert and you're not using the top speed car, you're not gonna win. I'm using the handling car right now, and like I might, if I'm lucky, barely win the Pro Cup. Oh, ow, ow. Yep. And then these little boxes are, you need to get a certain amount of points to get a continue. And like I said earlier, you absolutely will need continues to high difficulty levels. If you finish out of the top 3 in points, it DQs you. Yeah, Zero, how's your day going? What's going on? There should be a nitrous box right here. No. Yeah. So the promo code is PR-2022 Next Gen. Actually, not that hard for iRacing. Dude, we brought Spombles to school. Holy moly. He didn't even have a chance. Neither did Spumbum. PR-2022 Next Gen. It's a dash, not an underscore. Time to hydrate. It is. Look me in the eyes, Alex. Look me dead in the eyes. You see these? See the contact we're having right now? Very nice.
You gotta continue.
Next gen. Switch 2020. Do you have ears? No. 2022 next gen. That's the right code. This the date's in the wrong place.
You're still in
But yeah, it's for any new users. It's not for like. So if you have friends that wanted to try Tank Cloud, fair enough. I figured.
ready.
Yeah, Sanix got it. I have my moments, Toupee. I have my moments. They are fleeting, but they're there. So got an e-girl in his DMs for sure. God, I wish. I'm telling you right now, I've said this multiple times. If Twitch ever gets me laid, I'm quitting. Because I've won. That's the only way to win Twitch. It's like, hey, aren't you that guy? I'm like, oh yeah, I'm that guy. And then the sex happens, I'm retiring. And yeah, and it's been in my DMs more than once. Don't tell her I said this, but very wholesome human being. Turn! Okay, I lost steering there for a second. Sex haver. Listen, Russell. I respect your choices. Thanks for the raid, Alex. Was that because I looked you in the eye? Appreciate it, man. Hope you had a good stream. Something, something, my name's Arrow. Something, something, follow me. Something, something, I have a tiny wiener. Ah! He just wave dashed me off the level. What a gamer. Russell, that is a good deal. You drive a hard bargain. But much like my Wee-Wee, it's hard but fair. Yeah, this is like, so basically you get 3 cars for every difficulty tier. One has more top speed. One has more handling. One has more acceleration. The acceleration car is kind of useless. Unless you crash a lot. But if you crash a lot, you know, you're having other problems. The handling car is a lot easier to drive, but like 15 miles an hour slower. The top speed car obviously is the fastest, but it does not turn. At all. Whatsoever. So it's like you have to get really good with the fast car, or you just do what I'm doing and just use the handling one and hope for the best. Midtown Madness 2. What system is that? Is that PC? Pat the Furry. Do I have to be a furry to get Pat's question? Can I pull the other PC and Xbox? I'm sure if you could get it for Xbox. Probably played on 360. You should be one. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. PC F. Spooky. Spooky. As map 2, this map's kind of rough. Bark. What was I saying? Mazin Autumn. I'm sure I didn't say your name right, and I apologize, but I need you to know I tried my very best. Yeah. I didn't do it earlier, but I play racing games. That's what I do. If you want to drop me a follow, I'd appreciate it. I also do a little bit more. I do esports commentary. If you want to check that out next week, twitch.tv/podium esports, Saturday, 1 p.m. Eastern. I'll be doing commentary for the Esports Drifting Association, round number 1. What else do I do? I do stuff. I do lots of stuff. I'm going to be streaming on Traction next week, I think. Maybe? I don't think I've gotten like a definite yet, but it's looking that way. Be Monday, probably around our normal time that we start, 5 or 6 Eastern. And I'm melted from the infection. That do happen though. That do happen. My brain just cannot accept what that means. I still like have to apologize to the lady who went out of her way to try to like say hi to me in VR chat, and I like mentally shut down. You say that, Taylor. I may be small, but I'm quite wide. I'm shaped like a butt plug. Just like a butt plug, I am covered in shit. Russell, the last time I was on was yesterday for 5 minutes. Just to test out my 3 sensor tracking. And before that was Ghost Club, where the club didn't open till like 8:30 in the morning. Or 7 in the morning. I'm very much at like 1 a.m. to 6 a.m. VR user. The sleep party. I wish. Speaking of not sleeping, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Hope you're having a good Wednesday. Just shit the bed? No, did you not see? I don't know if you noticed, but I focused a lot more on just doing well instead of getting crates. Normally, like, again, what do the crates do? If you get over, I don't know how much it is in professional. I think, like, 60 gives you a continue. So, if for whatever reason I fall below the top 3 in points or finish out of the top 5, I fail. And I need to use a continue or restart the championship all over again. And I don't know if you know, these tracks are not fast. They're not 3-minute races. They're like 6, 7, 8, 9-minute races. I went to a birthday party that went 24 hours on the weekend. I showed up to the party at 10:30, hung out until I think it was 4. Realized that the birthday girl wasn't even there anymore. And there's some guy DJing, and there was only about 8 of us that were left. So I was like, oh, that's cool. Like, I'm just gonna, like, chill in my bed because my headset reaches my bed. So I'm just gonna chill in my bed, listen to music for, like, a little bit, and then I'll jump off. I fell asleep, and I woke up, and the same guy was DJing. Like, 3 hours later. I woke up, I looked around, there's, like, 2 people there. I'm like, all right, I'm going to bed. I get a text in the morning from Ian saying, like, yeah, you know that party? It's still going. I was like, what? It's tomorrow. He's like, oh, I know. I did fall asleep in VR, yes. I had my night medicine at that point. So it was a matter of time before I passed out. How weird was that? Waking up in VR is not an experience that I'll probably happen again, but it was weird. It was very weird. Because at least, like, when you put the headset on, like, you can mentally be like, all right, cool. This is going to be very real feeling. Oh, yeah. I've been to parties that have went till, like, 5, 6, 7, 8. Or 8 in the morning the next day. Yeah, but you wake up and you're like, your brain hasn't done the whole, like, this isn't real thing. So, like, for the first minute or 2 that you're awake, it's a real trip. I really not going to try to not do it again, but I guarantee it will absolutely happen again. Especially since a lot of, like, the good clubs are all, like, run by folks in Japan. So, like, the clubs only open at, like, 6:30 a.m. Eastern. So, like, oh, there I go. There I go. So, I posted my, the avatar I'm using at the moment in Discord. So, the avatar I was using was really plain and I didn't like it, so we spent, like, 2 hours looking for, like, an avatar, and I was like, I just want to be, like, I don't even care, I'm a dude, I'm a lady, it doesn't matter, you know, because the amount of people I've met in VR chat that are, like, cisgendered dudes but have, like, super anime girl avatars, like, that's what you do. So I was like, oh, whatever, I just want one that I like. And everyone that I found was either a really, really poor quality, and they won't let you into clubs if your avatar is very poor or, like, too big, or they were just boring. The one that I went with, out of, like, the 3, I found a little dude in suspenders, and he's got a little white ponytail, and I didn't mind that. But the one that I went with, and I feel like it fits my personality, is, like, they're wearing all black, but it's femboy. And I was like, oh, it'll be funny for a minute. And the more I thought about it, I'm like, I'm definitely a little shit, and this definitely fits my personality. With, like, bright fuck off pink hair. What channel? I think it was Weeb Shit. It wasn't a very good picture, though. I, like, just went in and, like, went up to the first mirror I saw and took a picture. And was like, here, And one of my friends was like, oh, hey, you know, we can get this edited and whatever. I'm like, you know what? I kind of like it. Like I said, I think it just kind of fits. Ow, my bum! I need that for pooping. I want to get it, like, reskinned to where the hair's purple instead of pink. And the sweater is different because it's just like an oversized sweater, which I wanted anyway. I wanted an avatar with like a big top, like a big sweater or something. And then I was like, maybe just some jeans and shit. But no pants. You can't see underneath. I looked. I was like, I need to know if I crouch over if my fucking cooter is gonna hang out, like, or my bussy. I don't want to get yelled at by a club owner. Like, hey, no genitals. I like my t-shirts being a size too big. I like my t-shirts hanging down a little bit. For someone who wears very skinny pants, I like oversized shirts. Speaking of which, when I'm not broke, I'm making like a $300 order to Hardcore Tokyo, which is a their slogan is support violent driving, and like I love that a lot. A jumper. I wear a jumper. I wear a jumper when it's cold outside. Oh, ah! I'm sorry. I almost paid for that comment. I apologize. You didn't post a pic? I'm sure I did. If not, I still have it. It's gotta be there, Rob. I'm telling you. Either you're not scrolling up enough or like there's some sort of privacy setting. Because I posted it there, and I posted it in Anna's Discord at the same time. Yeah. Yeah, I did, yeah. But awkward moment. We're out at a club in VR, and who do I see behind me but another person with the same avatar, but theirs looks a little bit nicer. So I think the person I downloaded, like you just walk into a world and you see a bunch of avatars and you download the ones you like. I think the person that was behind me either took the base that I had and built on it, or they built the base. I was very nervous. So if I spend like a month in VR and I'm still in VR quite often, I'm gonna get a model made. Same energy, just not like stolen model. I mean, I did nothing wrong, but the person who made the avatar may have done something wrong. I don't know what the etiquette is yet. Oh, I screwed up. I know in Assetto, modeling stuff is pretty like serious, so. And like all the characters' names in that world that I downloaded were all like very generic and definitely sounded like someone who maybe just pirated and re-uploaded them as their own. But I'm gonna play stupid until someone tells me otherwise. It took me fucking 2 hours to find. Every avatar that's cool is either like one that I liked, I didn't realize was just playing like sad boy rap all the time. So you're walking around, it's like, I still see shadows. It's obnoxious. Or they're like of such poor optimization you can't use them in clubs. You'll get yelled at. So that was like the only compromise that I saw where I'm like, this looks kind of neat and isn't utter dog shit. I was just about to say, look at me go. That's the best run through the volcano I've had so far. Yeah, apparently this is like an Indiana Jones reference. Yeah, I know a couple people like Hoot knows how to do texture edits and whatever.
You got first.
I'm just fine with the base shit for now. I don't want to put a bunch of time and effort into something and then like I get over VR in like a month, you know? Oh shit! Dude! The skit finally got posted. We're watching this. I don't know. I don't care how long it takes me to get it back on. $500 by the end of the month. That's bonkers, man. Soup. Oh, is that a Supra? Is that a is that a my avatar? I have an E86 avatar, and it's just a car like meow. There's one dude that DJs that's a robot, and everyone else has like Gundam avatars, and I don't, so I just whip out the car. Arrow. Russell. Okay. I did some voice acting over the weekend. I want you guys to see it.
You're still in the game.
It's so fucking funny. I swear to God, people have told me to do acting for years,
Ready.
and I've never done it because I thought I would be really bad, like, on faking emotions. I'm very proud of this. It's going to take me a minute to get this all working again, but bear with. I got to switch back to computer mode, which is a little bit difficult. Actually, I don't think it's as hard as I remember. Oh, I hope that's not a DM. It's not. Cool. Ian, speak of the devil, there he is. So we're gonna watch it in really shitty aspect ratio because I don't feel like changing the aspect ratio back. But Ian did the editing. Ian did was the brains behind the operation. And I did some ad-libbing, but for the most part, it was all Ian's idea. But you'll know who I am immediately. I'm gonna try to be quiet. You will know who is who relatively immediately. Oh, I can't hear it. No. No. No, I can't hear. No. No, I'm so hungry. Okay. It's gonna be backwards for me. That's fine. Oh, no, it's because I have the Elgato turned down. Hold on one second. Someone remember the number 21. And I think probably voice meter crashed. Hell yeah, it did. That's what the levels were at before I switched the computer back. I never go out of console mode into PC mode to show you guys videos. That should at least tell you how good this is. I'm just going to mute my mic and let it play in full. It reminds me of like a Halo 3 machinima. It's so fucking funny. Or so good, sorry. I think it's funny.
Attention, soldiers! Now, it has come to my attention that the fine folks of Luna are withholding valuable information on the general public. The lineup of Munz's virtual reality tour when it comes is being held back, and that, my good friends, cannot stand. It is our job to get in that nightclub, get that intel, and get out with minimal casualties. Get it, hoorah! Okay, that's good enough. Let's go!
Right, Clyde, what are you doing to me, mate? Like, this is completely wrong. promise. We're not trying to mess with you. This is the same setup that we use forever.
Clyde, what is this sound system, buddy? Are you really trying to screw me over here? This is not good enough. The sound is just not good enough. It's... Jesus, what the hell is happening?
Take care of
Clyde, I thought you locked the door behind us.
Listen here, Beat Boot Man. You gotta come out with your hands where I can see them. You are completely surrounded by a crack team of mercenaries and the new guy.
What's going on here?
You have committed crimes against the VRC music scene, and we have come to collect your debts to the people.
What are you even talking about?
The lineup. Where's the lineup for Loader next week?
I don't even know what you're talking about. We don't even announce lineups until next... Wait, who is that? Who are you? Who sent you?
Yeah.
Who we are and who our employers are to no relevance to you two. We're only here for the people and our wallets, and my arm is getting quite tired.
Sir, they don't seem to be budgeting. We may have to resort to Plan B.
Looks that way. Secure package, happy birthday.
Sir.
Let's go! Move!
Whoa, relax, I'm going. Easy, relax.
Happy birthday, Two-Tone.
Wait. We need most for the show next week.
Well, now that is a shame. If only you provided the intel we required, you wouldn't be in this position. Now, it'll be information for the Zenith part, me and our bosses, to extract from here.
Well, surely we can come to an agreement.
Well, hey, you two run a club. How's about you provide us with a good DJ set to compensate?
Wait. I run the back end. I can't just throw down a set on the fly.
We don't want excuses, you skinny sack of trash! Give us results!
What should I do?
Mate, just do anything. I don't know, just think of something. Do anything.
Aha! I've got something.
Soldiers, move out!
Jesus, easy, guys. Easy. Relax. Calm. Simmer.
This is the dumbest shit I've ever done, but it was so fucking funny. If you want to watch the full thing, I retweeted it. Like, I woke up about 10 minutes before they're like, hey, we need you. I was like, all right, cool. I just got to make noises, right? He's like, yeah. And I get up. It's like, actually, psych, you're playing the main antagonist. I was like, oh, very good. Man, I had so much fun with that. That was a blast. So Ian did the scripting, and did the camera work and the editing, and I just spoke. Yeah, everyone else was going roo. I'm like, that's not that funny, right? I'm like, oh, I can make this funnier. What do I do? I'm like, oh, what if I just do the fucking the thing from some South Park when the bikers all show up? When they go, I'm like, that'll be way better. Like, that'll be way better. So when you can hear me mixed in with them, perfect. Stream's not over. Stream's not over. That just went public, so I wanted to show you guys because I thought it was funny. I was also talking about it earlier, but I couldn't show it because I wanted them to, like, premiere first. Oh, I'm so hungry. So yeah, that was in VR chat. That was if anyone's ever listened to a lot of Monster Cat and anyone knows Muzzy or Muzz, the Robo dude. You know who didn't know that? I didn't know the guy changed his name. So like, oh, Muzz, that's some sort of like VR streamer. They're like, nah, it's like Monster Cat Muzz. I was like, and I referred to him as Beep Boop Man in a very, very bad fake Southern accent. Also, my accent changed 3 times in that video. At one point, I was Captain Price. At one point, I was Sarge from Red vs. Blue. And then at one point, I was Down from the Bayou. Which, honestly, going back on it made it funnier. I felt really bad. I'm like, shit, I kept fucking the accents up. And then, oh, thank you, Mr. Mitsu, for the follow, by the way. I recognize your name from somewhere. Should I recognize your name from somewhere? Into voice acting. Again, a lot of people told me to take, like, drama and shit as a kid, and I was like, I won't be any good at it. A lot of those were first take. And then I'm like, Ian's like, yeah, ad-lib most of it. I was like, all right, cool. We ad-libbing. Nope. All right. It's more like a I don't want to be rude, but I'm really bad with names type thing. A lot of people I'll meet like once or twice, and they'll come follow me like, you don't remember me? I'm like, nope. And then they'll say their real name. I'm like, that doesn't help. I'm like, oh, you know, we were there and they did that thing. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to be a little bit more involved in the script writing now, I think, for myself at least. Okay, later, Hachi. Have a good one. So now we're just focused on winning. We think we have 3 tracks or 2 tracks left. Oh, man, I'm starving. Yeah, whether we get it done or not, this is my last attempt. Bite to eat all day. Yeah, that's what I gotta do too. I meant to eat before stream, but like, some things came up. I gotta probably have surgery in my foot again, so that's great. I'll let you guys know what's going on with that too, because I sure as shit don't. More than likely, I'll just have to take a break from Wheel or Sim streams for a week. Maybe 2. I think we should be good within a week, though. I've had this procedure done fucking 3 times now, technically, so. Spooky. Yeah, I can't really put weight on my right foot, which is great, because I just bought another tracker. That works fantastically. When it wants to. But, like, I drove to UPS and back today, and my foot, like, hurt. I have no idea what it is, Tony. That's why I'm getting a doctor to look at it. Scoot around in your chair. That's what I do for fun. I get naked, I put on programmer socks, and I make race car noises in my chair. If you don't know what programmer socks are, you don't need to know. Oh, turn. Thank you. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, the crossover. He'll never see it coming. I was right. Spin in VR. Oh, man, you can't do that. So, okay. I didn't want to talk about it because I'm not sure if this is what I'm going to do. But I spent a lot of time this week getting the VR working to the point of where I don't have to plug it in and unplug it when... Oh, hello! I almost got drop kicked. To where I don't want to use it because I may start streaming in VR on the second channel. Like if I'm bored and not doing anything one night and I want to do some drifting, that's like way better. I wouldn't mind doing some recording in VR for like, hey, it's Road Atlanta this week in Formula Drift, so let me show you some runs, and then here's a run in VR, just to get a better idea of where like the driver's looking and this, that, and the other thing. I wanted to make sure my VR worked in Sims flawlessly, as well as obviously, you know, what I'm using it for right now, which is going to bars and VR chat. But I didn't know that you have to have your trackers plugged in your Oculus, even if you weren't using the trackers and you're just using the head tracking. And I didn't have enough USB ports. So yeah, I've been jumping through those fucking hoops for a few days. I bought a powered USB card. That's why I had to drill my PC case. I have a video posted on Twitter. I literally just took a drill to it and used the drill like a Dremel. The drill's ruined now. I borrowed it off someone and never gave it back, so when I inevitably do give it back, I'm going to have to just buy them a new one. Be like, hey, I'm sorry. I hope that Princess Auto / what they call it in the US, Harbor Freight corded drill didn't have any emotional value to you, because it's dead. Excuse me. But, yeah, it's all good now, I think. We'll give it like a week. Also, bigger news, and I want to get some hoggers in the chat for this bad boy, if you're subscribed. My fucking monitor, or my motherboard works. It's been over 2 weeks, and I have not had one crash, one blue screen, no issues at all. So for those who don't know, about the time when I went to 2 PCs, my gaming computer, which is what you were watching, obviously this is an N64 now, but what you would normally be watching, like to do this thing where it would basically just turn off randomly, and then it would blame the RAM. But I tested the RAM pretty extensively and never had issues with the RAM. The RAM was fine. So inevitably I just said fuck it and RMA'd the motherboard, which means I returned it for a refund or a replacement or a repair. And in that time I said, you know what, screw it. I don't really want to worry about this anymore. I'm just going to buy a brand new one from a different brand, because I don't want to wait 2 weeks to get my motherboard back, because I didn't know when I was going to start streaming for Traction. I was like, well, I don't want them to be like, all right, cool, you start on Monday. I'm like, yeah, well, about that. You know, like... So I bought a brand new ASRock B550 Steel Legend motherboard, and I was like, you know what, if this doesn't fix the problem, this was the most expensive fix. So if this doesn't work, then I'll just have to buy RAM, and if that doesn't work, I'll have to buy another power supply. Luckily, it's all good so far. But it's been over 2 weeks when I've been turning the PC off every night like you're supposed to, and kind of treating it how I normally would treat it if it wasn't broken, and it's not broken, so. Here's hoping it fucking stays that way. Well, I have a big PC. Do I have? Oh shit! No, I haven't continued from the first race. Yeah, okay. I don't think I'll need it. Oh, it's tied. Oh, that's not good.
You're still in the game.
I don't. I'm scared.
Welcome to Metro Madness.
I think this level's easy. I remember it being easy. But I remember, like, it's very high speed.
2, 1, go!
So, I don't know if it's... what kind of easy it is. flex on me. There are no underwater levels, no. Underwater levels. I don't have enough dedicated wham! The save of the year. Nice dodge. It's a Volkswagen, actually. Ow! 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 I paid for that joke with my life! I hate when the game karmas me for making a pun. That's not fair. This really do just be San Francisco Rush. Excuse me, excuse me. See, I forget what the bonus boxes do. Like, it says get 100 boxes for a bonus. I'm not sure what that bonus is. But we're going to still have to do the Expert Championship, and I guarantee you that's going to take me like 2 hours. It's very hard. The AI does not fuck around. Go on, my son. Go on, minty egg. Yep, sure does. And on the, you basically can't use the handling Beetle at that level either. You have to use the top speed Beetle. At least in my experience, I couldn't use the handling Beetle and win. I remember it took me hours, and then I just like, I'll try a different car. And then I was, you know, it drives like ass, but once you get used to it, it's a lot better. Especially at this track, like, the handling Beetle is underpowered here on Expert.
Lap 2.
Oh, no. Oh, I can't. Oh. I don't know how to swim. I need to, I'm actually stoked that we haven't had any sort of technical issues in terms of recording tonight as well. That's awesome. I'm not going to be local recording my own streams. It's just I'm going to test it for the week and see how it works, because Traction says, hey, can you local record your streams when you stream for us? And I was like, I've never done that before. So, yeah, I guess I could, but I don't know if my computer can handle it. It can handle it just fine. PS2. It's on an N64, my friend. That's a high compliment. Holy shit. Yeah, you know what? I think this game graphically looks like a shitty PS2 game, and considering it's on N64, that's pretty high praise. I'm gonna say hi. Hi. Hello. Alright, we gotta get schmoog in here. No! I'm in the suck. I was not in enough. No! Why did you turn? Why did you turn? What's up, dear? How we doing? Aw, man. I'm innocent. I didn't steer him into the wall. He steered him into the wall. Off. Dude, the hitbox on that barrier is fucked. Alright, now I have to. This is a must-win race. Yeah, the blue end boxes are nitro boxes. Oh, you speedrun this game? Wild. Fawnan's got the inside scoops and all the strats. Yeah, I was supposed to do a Seto today, but my right foot is injured. And need my right foot for things. Oh, he threw my line off. I can go through their full throttle, but like the AI needs to, you know, not be in the way. I don't remember which of these Beetles I'm fighting in the points either, which is not optimal. Excuse me. Oh, come on, game. Throw me a freaking bone here. A Z turn. That's just like a downshift turn then? Excuse me. Thank you. Back in the top 3. I asked an unnamed Coke Pro who was in here earlier how he felt about it, and I got a smiley face as an answer. So, we got P2. I'm gonna be really mad if the guy I was fighting for first in points would finish first. I'm gonna be very upset. Oh, I have a... No!
Makes perfect.
No! I could have just reset and used my continue. No! I'm upset. I'm so mad. I lost by 2 points. I should have paid attention to what Beetle I was racing, though. I guess that's my own fault. I'm hungry. I'm starving. So, unfortunately, that's where we're going to be leaving off tonight.